Subterrestrial evidence of an extraterrestrial event. Cataclysmic destruction of ancient American forest. On the Atlantic coastal plain in a swamp, submerged and buried in an ancient bog, is an apocalyptically annihilated forest having existed long ago. Buried in alluvial deposits, the remains of ancient subfossil wood stumps firmly rooted, broken trunks and branches laying thoroughly strewn about in all directions. Subterrestrial wood specimens recovered appear broken, cut, chopped, sliced, splintered, sanded, scalded, burnt or otherwise knocked over, and may lend evidence to extraterrestrial impact theories. Apparently, a cataclysmic impact event has thoroughly leveled the ancient forest, then buried the splintered remains only a few feet below the modern forest. Recovered are two huge ancient stumps, other remains of a colossal old-growth pine tree. As so it appears, the two stumps curiously resemble each other, and both appear split down the middle vertically. As such, it was considered that the two ancient stumps might fit together as one huge stump. To reconstruct the crime scene, the complete and utter massacre of an entire prehistoric forest, the ancient bog was dragged for more clues. The two ancient stumps fitted back together, a diameter of 10 feet and a circumference of about 30 feet. Perhaps a record. For sure, much more clues to be discovered. Stay tuned. The site may have been a prehistoric and even historic Indian camp or tribal village or trading post. Along with prehistoric bog plant debris, discovered are ancient Indian wooden artifacts, wooden spearheads, stone tools, lithic Spokeshaves, and other Indian implements of necessity. Stone Spokeshaves have been found with the wooden spear points. Wrap your brain around this. What we have here is a forest on top of another forest. An ancient forest just a few steps below the modern forest. Does this not lend literal meaning to the phrase, "take a step back in time," which by the way is used figuratively and not literally? Why not? Say a person is standing on the modern forest floor 1 minute, and the next minute takes a few steps back into this ancient swamp bog and is then standing on an ancient forest floor. Consider the modern forest environment consists of recognizable trees, vegetation and other ground cover like pine straw that may be measured in years. The ancient forest environment consists of vegetation and other environmental circumstances such as ground cover like cypress needles that may be measured in thousands of years. The two forests are basically two different places existing in one place at the same time. Therefore, at this site anyway, just a few steps back in the modern forest onto this ancient forest may indeed take one back in time. Deep, huh? Well, yes, it may be much deeper, considering that some ancient subfossil would have been found at depths of only 2 feet below the modern forest floor, while more less preserved subfossil would have been found at 17 feet and below the modern forest floor. Wait for it. A probability exists that there may be still another ancient cypress forest submerged and buried just below this ancient forest that is submerged and buried below this modern forest. Phew. For sure there is much more to discover, as the site is due proper archaeological excavation of scientific importance. These herein specimens are preserved and available for further analysis. Ancient wooden artifacts are an extraordinary natural phenomenon, created through a unique combination of time, nature, and chemical processes. When an ancient wooden artifact sinks into a bog, it remains preserved under oxygen-deprived conditions for millennia. Layers of peat encase the tree, protecting it from decay. Simultaneously, chemical reactions between iron and humic acids, along with the mineral properties of the bog, initiate a transformation process that densifies and hardens the wood while giving it its distinctive dark color. This process can span thousands of years, making ancient wooden artifacts rare and valuable. Its fascinating coloration ranging from deep black to shimmering brown tones. Pieces of ancient wood artifacts of many kinds have been recovered, and there are many more still buried and submerged. Curiously carved or shaped by firestorms or other catastrophic event, sending sand and debris blowing in the winds with enough force to destroy an entire ancient forest and hollow out or sand down hard cypress knees to a remarkably sharp point. So what are these? Detachable hollow point spear head projectiles. That's a theory. Detachable hollow point spear head projectiles. Skillfully carved and sharpened from cypress knee. Perhaps a detachable spear point for hunting large animals like the mastodon? Early hunters could have attached one of these points to a spear, then run up and jab the animal. The point could dislodge from the spear and remain stuck in the side of the prey while bloodletting the animal to death. Detachable hollow point spear heads. Skillfully carved and sharpened by ancient man from cypress knees. Please comment and subscribe.